Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the Nick Walsh TV channel. We're here to do more 50K challenge volume. If you guys are new here, we're playing $50,000 worth of $10 spinning goes in the new merged pool, and we're going to try and win. I know it's kind of fucking crazy, but we're going to give it a go. Hope you guys are good. Welcome back. It feels super weird going live late. Over the last couple years, I have kind of gotten in the habit of being live during the day. And I'm kind of into it. It feels nice. I feel like I'm tuning into a late night radio show, you know, smooth jazz. Welcome back, guys. What we're going to do today is we're going to play some spins. I'm just going to take it easy. Let's just like fire up some tables, just see how we're doing. And let's try and make some progress. If you're new, let's take a look at the progress so far. All right, so here we are, guys. This is what it looks like. We are filtering specifically for the start of the challenge. We're filtering specifically for $10 buy-ins. We're filtering specifically for spin and goes. If you guys are new, spin and goes now are a merged pool, meaning there are fast ones and there are less fast ones that used to be called reg speed. So we're here experimenting. We're going to play 5,000 games and we're hopefully going to show some sort of a profit. Now, here we are. This is our raw data. So this is without any bonuses, which I actually forgot to mention earlier today. We are actually technically in profit with bonuses. that shouldn't be that crazy. That's kind of how a lot of these games work. However, what we're trying to do and what I'm focused on is getting our chip EV to the point where we actually legitimately are making a slight profit before rakeback, at which point we will be making a significant rakeback profit, because being in a break-even situation where you get lots of rewards is a profitable situation to find yourself in. So 670 tournaments, $6,700 gambled. Let's go ahead and put in some more volume. Chip EV today did go up. We had 33 chips per game in our earlier session. If we can have another session like that, I'll be a happy boy and we'll continue. However, this time, no misclicks, all right? If you guys want to see this in graph form, this is our chip graph. You guys can see that we went on this big downswing to start. We're recovering nicely. Let's keep going that direction. No bad luck in the evening session. Now, one thing I will say is it shouldn't be that crazy to suggest the nighttime session should be softer, right? We should actually see a little doop, 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 doop in that direction. Right? Right? All right, let's get some games going and let's just have fun with it. No pressure. We're just here to play good poker. We're not in a rush. 5,000 games is not that many spin and goes, especially now that they're very fast. Let's just have fun with it. Let's just have fun, guys. Roxanne Tom, thank you for being here. This is very off the beaten track for my usual outing, guys. So our moderators are here being really kind and helping us out, even though, they're already working their butts off 24 hours a day. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you. And if I do more of these, please don't feel obliged to show up. I don't get me wrong. I want you guys to be here with all my heart. However, we might just bluff this off. This would be a fun way to start. Wait, fish don't fold, right? Just kidding. Just kidding. Flaterado. Can we chop it with another king? Can he just have a king high here? What if he just has king high? What if we just bet like 7? Oh, nice hit. I'm completely joking, by the way. I've never played with this player before, as far as I know. So we don't really know the quality of the skills just yet. Also, apologies for the sniffles again, guys. It's really annoying, but there we are. I'm hoping that the cold will go away before the week. I think it probably will. I don't really feel that sick, to be honest. I just feel a little bit run down, a little bit sniffly, which is almost as annoying. All right, we can probably value bet this flop if we want. We have a queen kicker. Of course we can. Of course we can. That's a pretty bad turn, though. That's a danger turn. Let's slow it down. Let's value bet the river now. This is a good value bet river. This feels good. Same hand. If he had 6-7, value bet. Love it. It's good. I have also suspected as well that many of my evening sessions, while usually off stream, are maybe like a better state of mind for poker playing Nick Walsh. I feel like during the day I've got too much like latent energy. Feel a bit too I'm just too buzzed to be alive. I need that like calm, almost defeated energy to play good poker. That's historically speaking, I've played some of my best poker very late night in a casino after a few drinks, just, going with the flow. Min raise with 5s here, probably going to indicate some level of inexperience, because I think it's just catastrophically difficult to make a min raise with 5s there work. Yeah, we'll run this one. And live cards to get all the way back in the game. Can't miss. It's impossible. What? It's impossible. Have you guys ever come across these before, by the way, before I go sniffing this on stream like some kind of a crazy person? In Thailand, they sell these herbal inhalers. It's like chamomile, menthol, camphor. It's very pleasant. It's good for a cold. Don't report me to Twitch. It's not illegal. Oh, straight in my eye. Ooh. All right, 30 buckers. Let's go. Okay, slightly out of range. It's safe to say that this individual is very probably a reg. We have seen what was Rory calling Alakazam before? This guy too, for sure. What was Rory calling this guy? Oh, Alaska Man. He was like, "Oh, I can't escape this guy. Alaska Man's on every table." Classic Rory. What's up, cool? Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. We start small on the board. Getting raised on this texture is very, very strange. We're not folding. We're not folding just yet. Okay, the shove is somewhat prohibitive. I think probably we're forced to fold, but the bet call I think is still going to be pretty standard here. Having the 7 isn't as good because you want him to have 8-7 if you hero call with king high. It is outlandish though, don't get me wrong. An ace-high hero call on that turn probably is not that ridiculous to player dependent. And also the turn isn't the best, but there we are. Put the chips in good. Oh, this is the easiest river ever. Boom, I'll take it. Jack tray in the bin. Bust out the smelling salts. I was once given smelling salts when I was backstage, when I was doing like drama, you know, acting as a kid. Had no idea what it was. They had some backstage for whatever reason, and it's like getting punched in the brain. It's the weirdest sensation. I'm going to bluff ISO this hand. Success. And ace deuce, pretty clean push for shallow shallow. 7 bigs. Queens is a good hand. It's too bad about that. Heart. If I had a penny for every time I made a 100% GTO push and ran into the nuts, we'd be winning this challenge a lot faster. I am really interested to see what happens at the end of 5K games. I would be surprised if we weren't, you know, decently in profit after everything. I should also have the document open, shouldn't I? If I open this one, I do have a spreadsheet here with the counter. This isn't it. This isn't it. No, this isn't it. I need to open up the... I had it saved somewhere. That's not it either. Basically, I have a document where I'm tracking all my bonuses, so I actually know exactly, without guessing, without any interpretation, how much I'm making in rewards. Let me open up... I should have a specific hotkey for it. Table. Guess not. How are we chopping this fucking hand? Get out of my life. All right, let me open up the drive. And let's take a look at Nick Walsh TV. And let's take a look. Oh, here it is. Bonus tracker. This is the one we're looking for. So far, $172.50 in bonuses. And actually, I think it's missing one I haven't added yet. Let me update that too. Spin challenge, sessions, bonus counter. This one is still missing. So I have a Spin Live promo. It was 15 bucks. I think we're still folding here. This is 3.5 bigs for 7 trade diamonds. I know that seems like it's not close, but it definitely is. Definitely is. And the comeback is real after this. This was in cash. And the date was 01/08/2025. We can call this one. Wish me luck, guys. Oh, man. It's majestic. Trey. Easy game. So actually, as of right now, the overall profit is about $87. So about 9 buy-ins. Okay. Tom says, I want a 30-minute shift of Nick Ford tabling. We could definitely talk about that. I don't know if tonight's the night for that, Tom, but I think we could do a late night Ford table. It's one way to get through the volume. There is a funny trade-off here as well, Tom, because I do feel like when I multi-table, I don't have enough time to like trip myself up. I know you've watched me long enough to know what that looks like as well. Honestly, at some point, like I'm actually just gonna have to have a call with Tom, and he's gonna be like, "Look, Nick, here's the thing. You suck when you do this, and you suck when you do this, and you really suck when you do this." And I wouldn't be surprised if he improves my game by like 20%. This is super weird. I don't know why he limped when I was this shallow. I think this guy is a probable reg, but I also don't really understand how I'm supposed to fold now. Oh, this is so nasty. Should I just trust my gut? Is that weird? The chip leader limped at like 7 big blinds effective, blind v blind, and he's a probable reg. And there's a short stack to my left. That is the sickest exploit fold you've ever seen. Rewarded. Rewarded. You see that, guys? The universe is telling me something. Just shut your mouth and just fold when you know it's a fold. Stop being an idiot. I am very excited to discover what's possible if I just stop being an idiot. Okay, so he's going to rep the jack, but he doesn't have a jack. I'd be very surprised if he had a jack. And now I have to represent the hand because I don't have the hand. Oh, this is so sad. Nice hand, sir. Nice hand. Now, obviously, he could, of course, have a jack. What I'm trying to say is that a lot of the jack combos will just bet the flop when they have, like, gut shots and shit like that. My hand gets counterfeited. I have no hand on the river. But I'll allow it. What's up, Blue? Good to see you, buddy. 30-minute shift of Nick Ford tabling is completely on the cards, though. Maybe I should record that call, Raksha. Maybe that should be part of the series. I could do like one 30-minute call with Tom. And I could do one 30-minute call with Tom, and it would be like 9 shorts. Like, now, Nick, I love you, man. But, you know, every time you say I've got a feeling and then you call, you're wrong. I'd be like, okay, maybe I should improve that. The run out with the push there, I think, is going to be fine. What's interesting is, you know, he will have a jack. Obviously, he will have a 9, whatever. But it's also a spot where if they have ace high or king high that checks flop or even queen high, they probably just check turn again. So they end up having, like, not many of the hero call type hands. There's a decent amount of jack X that has a gut shot or better that bets the flop. And then they end up, you know, obviously, like, betting flop because it's just easier. So the running boat with the jack obviously decreases in value, or frequency, I should say. We have a flush draw on the turn. Ooh, snap check. All right. Ace from Grace. It's a cool name. I do know someone called Grace of Spades. I wonder if it's actually the same person. What's up, Big Hit? It was 500 IQ, absolutely. Terrifying, terrifying. Ten high for the win. Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that, but okay, I'll take it. This just reminds me. I was on a. This just reminds me. I was doing commentary with James and Joe at one point. Okay, so this is a 9. Okay. Tom. We're gonna do this. Why are you calling most of my stack? It's such a goofy way to play this hand. Oh, just get there. Just put me in. Don't make me make a fool of myself. There was a stream where I had a bit of a cold, but I was feeling fine. James and Joe asked me on to do commentary, and I was like, great. And they're like, do you mind like handling this section? I'm like, no. And as soon as I start to talk, the literal vibration of my voice, which is quite deep for those of you that haven't met me in real person, in real life, the literal vibration of my voice just makes my nose run even extra. And I'm going through this stream, and I'm like, my face is on camera and everything, and my nose is like, it was like a flood. It was a net. It just like, it wasn't nasty. It was just really, really, really wet. You know, when your nose is running and it just won't stop. It was so annoying. It was so annoying. Eagle Hunter, what's up? Welcome back. And I was like, look, I came prepared. I've got tissues, so I'm putting tissues on my nose, and I'm trying to blow my nose. I'm trying to make it discreet. I'm trying not to be all snotty and stuff. And I'm just throwing these tissues next to the, because I'm like, the show must go on. You know, when people like throw their cards away when they're doing like commentary or whatever. It was just like that. The trap with the 5s here is nice. I like this from Toto. Spade. Oh, running deuces is even better. And by the end of it, there was like a pile of tissues, like almost up to like where my seat was, my desk chair. And everyone was like, is this guy okay? I kept trying to mute and everything. It was super funny. And the next day, my nose was so sore because I was just like, I was trying to go broke with A7. Oh, the perfect trap check turn. Is this the perfect trap check turn? The perfect trap check river? Oh my God. Do you know how hard it is to win at poker? Do you guys know how hard it is to win at this game? What's up, Eagle Hunter? Yeah, good to see you, man. Do you know how fucking hard it is to win at this game? I swear to God. You try so hard, and it's just fucking impossible to be good at this game when you run like that. All right, cool. Let's go. Queen Jack of Hearts. Oh, never mind. Dominated. That's fine. Royal Flush. I'll take the hearts. To be cold decked that hard and then immediately cold decked into that is just the saddest story. You just get it in against a better straight, and then they have you dominated when you got 5 bigs. Just leave me alone. Somebody just leave me alone. Just leave me alone, please. All right, so Tom, it's actually complicated. So Wednesday to Sunday, I'm going to be in London this week. And then Wednesday to Monday next week, I'm going to be in Amsterdam for a friend's birthday. And then straight from Amsterdam, not coming home, going straight to Barcelona on Monday the 25th. To Barcelona and then home after Barcelona, hopefully with a Spin Go Championship trophy. That would be great. Not this one. Can't do this one. Can't do it that way. I think we can do it this way though. What's up, Zephyr? Good to see you. Jack 8, we're going to call here. Croak says poker is very easy, to be honest. Exactly. Come on, live cards. Send him home. Okay, that's better. Next game. Next game. Yeah, when you run like Croaks, this game is very easy, to be fair. I really want to win the Spin Go Championship, guys. I'm not going to lie. And actually, I don't say this lightly either. I worked closely with the team to try and figure out how we can make this one really fun and improve on the last one, which was already very fun in itself. I'm not exaggerating when I say this might be one of the most entertaining poker events you've ever seen. If you can be there to see it or watch the stream or whatever, it's going to be cool. The way that we are going to hopefully deliver the prizes is going to be fascinating. And all I can say is I just want to be a part of it long enough to get to this fun spinny part. You just got to be good enough to get past the first bit. And then you can enjoy the fun spinny part. No dice whatsoever there, huh? You know what I find really annoying though as well is when I've got like a runny nose like this, I can't hear myself speak, so I don't know how nasally I sound, and then I hear myself back in an interview or something, and I'm like, oh my god, but these Americans are so annoying. All right, let's check here. This guy apparently doesn't want to bluff, so we're going to give him some rope. Rope, please! And hopefully a hero call for one big blind. No, this guy is going to make no effort to do anything out of the ordinary. So much so that we are going to play it this way. And the big blind wakes up with deuces. That's fine. We can win a flip. The move was good. The move was sound. The big blind actually woke up with a hand. Not just that, but a hand that we could easily beat. And apparently losing flips is part of our repertoire. All right, let's try that again. What do we call this? was about to give a speech about how, you know, sometimes we're on the wrong end of the coolers and blah, blah, blah. Sometimes we're on the right end and we still can't win those ones. What's up, Azza? Thank you very much for the follow. Good to see you. All right, let's try that again. Okay, close that one. Open this one. Oh, I'm really sorry, guys. Leonardo Di Georgius. Ciao, buddy. Ciao. Caro saluto dall'Italia. Thank you so much. You're welcome, buddy. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today. Appreciate it, Leonardo. Oh my God, King High is the nuts. What? I refuse to believe that this is a 10 or a 6. I refuse. Chat, I refuse to believe this is a 10 or a 6. I refuse. It's all good. It's all good. This is what professionalism looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Take note. Long hair, beard is growing out, making hero calls. Definitely not crying at all. Not even slightly upset. Doesn't actually have tears in his eyes. Doesn't have tears in his eyes. He isn't regretting his life choices. Coming on stream late at night to take bad beats like that bullshit. Didn't even faze him. Professionalism. You want 2 tables, Tom? All right, cool. 1 second. Let me figure out how I'm going to do this first. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do this one first. Tom pulled out the Nick list. Sounds like you're in trouble. You mean my top coach? Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion this guy is probably a good reg as well. We do have a note that we wanted from before, but it's nothing too incriminating. Nice. Max says I'm about to smash my PC for you. I'm not scared. All I want is the EV. I'm not here for dollars. I'm not here for dollars. I'm here for the straight EVs, baby. Ooh, this is limp, actually. I was learning about this one earlier. Done this one wrong. I've done this one wrong, but we get the reward. Or do we? Whoop. Okay. Here's the thing about poker, everyone. There's always more poker to be played. Unless you play tournaments, then there's not always more poker to be played. That's why tournaments are sad. A lesson in pain management, yeah. Any chance? Oh no, we're dominated. Okay, cool. If there's one thing that we've learned to become very accustomed to, it's like a strong start, a bad beat, and then a cold deck in that order. Good poker, bad beat, cold deck to finish. It's a powerful cocktail. It's a powerful cocktail. Raksha says, changing the deep breathing and relaxation with Nick Walsh. Change the title. Change the title. I went to go see this Brighton conditioning guy earlier. He's kind of a hero. He's kind of a legend. I don't know if you guys can see this, but you see these cut marks on my back? I've never had cups before. That sort of medicine sucker. It looks like I've been attacked by an octopus kind of thing. They're all down my back, and they're giving me this power right now. I feel so powerful. I feel so powerful right now. You can't stop me. I think it might be impossible for me to lose. I feel no pain. I thought my neck hurt, and then I started this session. I realized I don't know anything about pain. Oh, Ladder Maximo, welcome to Twitch, buddy. Good to see you. Thank you very much. Pleasure to have you over here, buddy. I know that you're usually over on YouTube. I feel nothing. But tournaments are fun when you run really well. That's true. That's true. Can't argue with that. All right, cool. Let's play more poker. Let's play a couple more pokers. Strong start with a sad finish. All right. I have a boat. I'm trap checking the turn. Roxy says, I've tried to cup things before, but never wanted to try it. So it's not really that bad. It does like look like you've been attacked. I didn't really have a plan here. I don't know why I checked the flop. I probably should just bet. So Zephyr, this guy does like dry needling. It's a bit like acupuncture, but like it's a bit more aggressive. And then he does the scraping thing. They got like a tool, and they kind of massage you. It's like a nice massage, but then it's quite aggressive. It's quite hard, and then it marks your body. Like it's meant to actually cause like slight tissue damage. So you're supposed to like stimulate healing. At this point, I think it's probably like not even like a pseudoscience. Like I think it's kind of like actual medical. Like quite a widely accepted treatment now. The cupping thing is in that same vein, right? You're causing slight, like it's the same with the needling. You're causing slight damage to try and stimulate blood flow or whatever. I really picked a good time to buy an extra sensitive mic, didn't I? So you guys could hear all the clicking, all the snorting. I'm sorry, chat. It's not my best moment. Trying to bring you top-notch poker content, but all we can do is run like shit and sniffle. Yes, I call you. Oh, it's another cold deck. Good. It's another cold deck. Fantastic. I don't think I remember what it feels like to just call with a very standard hand and just have the best hand. I've forgotten completely. I think blind v blind, the amount of EV we've lost blind v blind where I'm just like calling with 100% frequency is just like crushed every time. It's breaking my heart. The King High Hero call though, that was pretty nice. I enjoyed that. I'm gonna revel in that one. Pash says, oh wow, was that from the Asian medicine thing where they heat up the glass bowl? So yes, but no, it was it's like more this guy uses, it's exactly the same thing, but instead of like the whole, they have to light it, they have to use a torch and stuff, they just, you know, they kind of suck it up. They pump it up, like with a little pump. Now, I mentioned earlier, I'm not sure if I'd played this guy before. I get the vibe that he's no slouch, is the issue. Raksha says, paying to damage your body, very interesting. Well, technically, exercise is also the same process, right? The way that you build muscle is by, you know, actually straining muscle, right? You slightly damage muscle in order to stimulate growth. Oh, can we get a hand that doesn't have a deuce in it? Can we get a high card that is not minuscule? Okay. Do you think we could just make a... Do you think we could make a standard call and just have the best hand? Okay. What do you think? What do you think? That actually felt like my favorite hand of the entire day so far. Just calling with King 10. Standard call. Oh my god, we actually have the best hand. All right. Next game, please. We're going to catch a bluff. Oh, that's fine. We gave him the rope, though. Turned up with King Deuce. Fair enough. Nazarka is a friend of the stream, by the way. What? Did we just get a walk with aces? Dr. Walsh. Yeah, that's me. Dr. Walsh. Nazarka. Is this the coolest bluff of all time? Is this the coolest bluff of all time? Fair enough. I actually thought ace deuce would fold that river. I'm not going to lie. I think that's a ridiculously strong line there. Ace deuce. The hand is underrepresented. You're blocking the flush draw. You have the ace, though. Let's take another look at the spot here, by the way, guys. This is interesting. I actually think the line is really cool. It does feel like we have exactly king queen, or, you know, possibly queen eight. Queen eight probably bets flop. King jack. King queen might bet flop as well, I suppose. I do think it's super strong. He's committed so much of his stack is the issue, right? So the call is pretty straightforward, but like our opponent is somewhat capped. I think they will have missed flush draws, missed straight draws. We're obviously not targeting the ace specifically. Like if our intention is to get an ace to fold, this is obviously a bit of a fool's errand. However, they're going to have a lot of just complete air when they play their hand this way. We've checked the flop. So we've under-repped our hand to a certain degree. On the turn, they're going to do this with flush draws, gut shots, other straight draws. And then on the river, we're obviously blocking the king queen. We're blocking the straights. We're blocking, we're unblocking the missed hearts. We're unblocking the missed straight draws. 6-7, 8-7. Sorry, 8-7 gets there. 6-7 is the one that missed on the bottom end. I think this is a really interesting line. I think you really struggle to find people having a bluff here, if I'm honest. He's committed a lot of his stack. He's just decided that he's not going to fold an ace. Fair enough. We're obviously not targeting an ace specifically, but I do think that this is a good combo to do this with, and I do think that it's hard for people to find bluffs. Anyway, nice hand. Next hand, next game. I know, Crooks. It was a very cool bluff. It was a very cool bluff. Possibly the coolest bluff of my life. I do think you would struggle to find a spin and go player making a bluff like that on the river. And I do think ace deuce is the kind of combination that probably does just feel awful about life. The sizing is interesting though, because obviously what they're doing is they're very aware of the fact that their hand is under repped. So I appreciate that. But I think probably on the river, when you're facing a jam like that, you're going to really struggle to show up with the best hand. Leonardo is asking about bankroll for the new format. Honestly, I'm not sure. I anticipate that probably you're going to need, you know, significantly more than before. Con21 says, good bluff, unblocks bluff, blocks king, queen, and two pair with the 9. Thanks, man. I do think it makes sense. I try and be honest about these things. Like, if I feel like it's stupid, fair play, but I do think it's a good one. And like, if I'm on the other side of that bet, I'm absolutely fucking hating life with ace deuce for sure. And like I said, ace deuce is one of the aces that still sneaks in there at that stack depth. There's probably a decent amount of ace combos that are discounted. There's a decent amount of ace combos that probably just put it in pre-flop or whatever. So they kind of represent themselves differently. All right, that's an under raise. We have a 6. Is a 6 any good? All right, King 5, let's run it. King 5 at 6 big blinds effective, directly into a dominating combination of jacks. Yep. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Whoa. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. King, queen, let's go. Seven, siete. Okay. Queens is a pretty good hand, I guess. I think there's a pretty good chance that king queen needs to be all in there, though. Okay, next game. King queen 3-betting into queens. I don't think there's too much to change. Sorry, guys. I don't think there's too much that I want to change about how I played that hand, but it still hurts. Because you think to yourself, why am I doing this? Why is it when I do what I'm supposed to do, I get punished? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. The lighting today seems a bit off. I'm not sure why. We will call a shove here if we need to. King high for the win. We take it. Do that. And then we bet like this. We finally get a cold deck our way. Woo! Let's go. 4 deuce is no good there. Senti Capo is a well-known, long-time reg. So we're just going to play reg poker against this guy. All right. We're all in on the other game, guys. We got cold decked again. We've got 6 big blinds. He's all in with ace king, and we have king eights. So again, seems fairly unavoidable. I think that is probably the most frustrating part about the new format, is feeling like there's a lot of very unavoidable situations that are outside of your control. Oh, why did it do that? That was weird. All right, let's try that again. There we go. And then we'll try the new one. There we go. All right, cool. Let's try this. Let's try that again, like it is. Yeah. Points. Can't make it straight. My heart says no. Okay, put that one in the bin. All right, 6-4 in the bin as well. King, oh, ace king cracked. Cool. This is an interesting one on the left, guys. Honestly, king 9 could be good enough to still call the flop. Let's see. What's interesting about this one on the left is that means theoretically the call is probably very sound. Because if he's going to 3x deuce 3 of spades, he's going to shove the rest of his range, which means we're ahead of the range. But we get punished for it, unfortunately. I can guarantee you that is the line. So we've made a good call. He actually just manages to find the actual spots where he has some equity. We lose that all in as well. Cool, not good. All right, let's go ahead and fire another one here. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I have to say we're seeing a lot more yellow tags than expected at this time of night, but there we are. Maybe everyone else has the same idea. At the moment, our best hands can't win. Our good hands that go in, find bigger hands. Our really good spots are bad beats. We're going to have to give him some rope over here on the left. King of Diamonds quite dangerous, but what are we supposed to do? Is this really a losing spot now as well? For real? That's a good one. Whew. All right, cool. Nice game. That is a rough spot. He's got two big blinds and he has pocket tens. Does that make any sense at all? Two big blinds and a dream. Good flop for 9-10. Sweet. All right. Do you think we could get one of these right? What's up, Cow Chad? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, we're getting devastated right now. We're getting absolutely destroyed right now. But I think probably we need to adjust our expectations here. Because it's rough out there. We are on the wrong side of variance in pretty much every way possible. We're running into big hands. We're losing with good hands. And our opponents have very unlikely combinations as well. Unknown player bets one on the turn, bets one on the turn, flop on the one on the flop on the turn. Just doesn't exist as a bluff in this guy's dictionary, so that's cool. We can let that one go. That is okay. We can get away from these ones. It's okay. It is okay. We can suck it up and just be cool and just play through it. It's fine. We can raise this one. We are going to check here. Wow, that's brutal over here on the left. That's weird. Yeah. Our opponent should very rarely have the ace of spades here, so we're going to... Do we shove? No, it's okay. Oh, he's got queen deuce, which is a boat. Yeah, I mean, we know that he doesn't have the ace of spades. We've spared a few chips, but we still get the cold deck regardless. Coast. This is fine. Tough part. This is the tough part of the challenge, guys. This is a tough part of the challenge. Deuces into ace king, sure. That makes sense. Oh, the best spot for ace king of all time. I don't think it's possible for ace king to get any better than this. That was a huge pickup for no flip. That was a huge spot for ace king. The university. I guess we call the turn here on the right. Our opponent will have a bunch of air. There we go. Let's throw in a trap here for Santi. Let's throw in a little trap for Santi here. I thought it was a trap. Horrifying results. Queens is a good hand. All right, here we go. This is where we play straight through it, chat. We're going to play straight through this downswing, and we're not even going to notice it as it passes us by. We are going to play straight through this downswing, and we're going to laugh about it later. Like, do you remember that time we thought we were in a downswing, but then we just fucking destroyed everyone? We're going to do that instead. Okay, that's fine. We're okay with that. Next game. Great flop for pocket tens. Okay, fine. That's how they're going to play. That's fine. What's up, Curly Master? Thank you very much for the sub. Really appreciate it. Wow, King 3 of clubs, huh? Nice. Thank you so much, Curly Master. I'm good. How are you doing this evening? We are definitely in another slump. A wise man once said, volume beats variance. And granted, he said that in confidence when he wasn't battling variance, so he probably sounded a lot more confident back then. But, alas, here we are. No, this is the one. This is the one. This is the move. We studied this one. We studied this one. That was weird. That part where we lost just then, that was really fucking weird. Huh. That would have been a good one. Zephyr, thank you very much for the sub. Here for the EV. Me too, buddy. Me too, dude. Me too, my man. I'm trying my best out here. The hype train one is really cool. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you for the subs. And yeah, got like a little hype train situation going. What's up, Esbern? Good to see you, buddy. We're going to shove the ace-9. We're going to call with the ace-4. I don't know. I don't know why you would play a king this way. So this is weird. They shouldn't have a 5. They shouldn't play a king this way. Doesn't matter. I don't know. I still feel obliged to call because WTFM. He's got ace deuce. He's got ace deuce, chat. What are you doing, mate? So the read was good. Doesn't have a king, doesn't have a 5. Doesn't have a king, doesn't have a 5. That's a thing, right? That is a thing, right? Ace-8 into aces. Cool. Let's make a note here. This is an important one for us. Okay, let's go back. Lynch the button with aces. That's important to note. Rick Dolph, thank you for the gifted subs, mate. You're far too kind. Ooh, there's a lot of them, too. Thanks, dude. It's very kind of you. 5 gifted subs, man. Thank you so much. It's really, really far too kind. Cool. All right, so empty skies, limp the button at 10 big blinds, limp button 10 effective was ace-ace. Doesn't really change how the hand plays at all. We probably still end up going broke with ace-8, so take that for what it is. That's a shame because we're not on the right side of those. What's up, Vern? Good to see you, man. I know, it's a pleasure to have you here, mate. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's try this again. This is the wrong one. It's the right one. We're calling a shove on the right. This is definitely well within a calling range. Very nice. All right. Let's drag some EV here. Should we try the magic glasses? It's really dirty. All right. I heard these were magic run good glasses. What do we think, chat? They're making my eyes go funny. That's right. That's what you need when you want to run good. Thank you for the level 3 new record. Thank you very much for the level 3 hype train. That's very cool. I've never, ever, ever focused on any of that stuff before. I've never focused on that kind of stuff before, but that's because I'm always streaming on other people's channels. The run good glasses to the rescue, perhaps. Queen high for the win. Can you imagine how awesome this bluff would be? Come on, the Runga glasses. They're like super mucky. Choo-choo indeed. Pair of deuces. Oh, this is gross. Sure. He shoved 6 big blinds, and we have ace 10. And we can't fold because you can't fold ace 10 at 6 big blinds effective. And then he has ace jack for some fucking unbelievable reason. Some absolutely ungodly, unspoken reason. Some distinctly, universally disgusting and unexplainable reason he has exactly the right hand to fucking destroy you when it should just be an easy win. All right, next game. Next game, please. Used to be the meme. Let's gamble with this one on the right. Let's try and break up the monotony here a little bit. 8-7 of hearts, monster. Eight, 7 of hearts is a monster. He shoves for 2.5 big blinds. We have queen 6, and he has us outkicked by 1 card. Control. 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 That's what we're doing. Control. This is what we're doing today, guys. Control. Do we value bet 8 deuce? Save some chips there. Run good glasses. Run good glasses to the rescue. Big deal, O'Neill. What's up? Nick Walsh. Probably should have just done a PGA Tour stream, if I'm honest. That would have made more sense. At this rate. King 7 of hearts. Unfoldable hand here. King 7 of hearts. Unfoldable hand. Runs into King Jack. This game is hard, guys. This game is real hard. Sniper! Thank you very much. Appreciate the follow. I'm just going to follow the rules, shall I? All right. Sniper, thank you for the follow, by the way. I was too busy jamming out. Wish I had some more notes on that. We're going to trap with nines. We are begging for a shove on the left. It doesn't come. We bet the ace high board. We're getting check raised. He's going to have a 6 here quite often. He's not going to have an ace barely at all as a reg. Queen 5 is also acceptable. Situation is well read. First place, next game. These games are pretty reg heavy right now, guys. It's 10 o'clock at night in the UK, and there's a lot of reg traffic right now. And that makes the games hard. Poker is hard when you play against really good players. Deuces into kings for the entire buy-in. Oh, sure. I don't know. It's really hard. It's really hard to win at poker when they have the nuts every fucking time. Yeah, we gamble this one. Wish me luck. 35% three ways is pretty good. Yeah, there we go. That is GTO for sure, guys. Don't need to look that one up. This player wants a limp. Reg v Reg, this is a call. I'm almost positive this guy is a reg at this point. We've seen a lot of this player. Can't win the all-in, unfortunately. It's just a call. Pocket fives, sneaking a trap. King on the turn, trapping with the fives any good. Trap successful. We're going to call down on the lefts. Okay, we lose. Even though we had the dominating hand on the right, we still lost that all in. It was almost like we ran bad. We shove king 5 in a very standard spot, and they have exactly 2 pips higher. No, we weren't there for the Oasis gig, big deal. The Oasis gig, though, looked incredible. Unfortunately, the idea wasn't even to be in... The idea wasn't to even be in the country, sorry, in Edinburgh for that specifically. Five. I'll do. I'm going to go on a limb there and say he wasn't supposed to have kings there. I mean, he can certainly have kings there, sure, but the idea is that when you shove blind v blind, you actually generate folds once in a while, and they don't just have the nuts every time, or they've got you out kicked by 2 cards or 1. It's a hard game, guys. Very challenging poker. Poker's very challenging like that. You know what I mean, guys? Very challenging. What's up, Smeeble? Yeah, like John Edwards says, did squeeze in some fringe because the Edinburgh fringe was on, which was lovely. However, Oasis was not booked in advance because we didn't know we were going to be there. We just ended up in Edinburgh because of the storms and stuff. We added on some extra days. This one is kind of cute. We can do this, we can do this, we can do this. We can definitely try to do this. We're going to miss the all-in though. This is another standard shove, blind v blind. The fold is pretty incredible. Alaska man. Shouldn't really do that, should we? Whose idea was this challenge anyway? Oh, ace tray. First ace nine, no good. Super weird. It's funny, I still miss the coffee place I went to in Edinburgh. I might even turn up and travel back there, something for that small roastery. Whereabouts was it, Curly Master? What was the spot? What was the situation? What was the spot, dude? Sneaky trap with aces? Does a sneaky trap with aces ever work? How about a sneaky trap with kings? Can we trap again? Can we trap again? Does the trap work on the left? All right, we got something. It was something. It was something. Alaska Man. Alaska Man. Oh dear. Why is poker hard? Why is poker hard? It was on Thistle Street. True, we did, yeah. What's my age again? What's my age again? We actually had a straight. We actually had a straight. So we get king queen in against the small stack, and the big blind has ace queen. Okay, sure. Sure. That makes sense. Ace 10 against 9-10 of clubs. Oh my god. I want to know what happens now. I want to know what happens now. I want to know what happens now. I don't think anybody ever goes all in with the worst hand. Super weird. Alaska Man! Alaska Man! Aces! Ace Queen. As a penalty for losing flips, you have to play 2 games without using big blinds. Oh my God, Tom. Please don't do it to me, mate. Please don't do it to me. It's a good shot, though. Ha ha! What is that? Ugh. All right, one more game. One more game. We're going to take a break after this. Because it's not going our way. And I think we're putting up a fairly valiant effort as well. Alaska Man's so unbeatable. This is strange. Not so strange when they make the flush. Oops. Let's do this. The graph should look good. No, Tom. No. The graph is going to look bad because we have been cold decked beyond belief again today, unfortunately. Which is just part of the game. So there you go. We've been cold decked severely today, I'm afraid. It's not really that easy to get around it. Queens on turn. That's a strange way to play the hand, but okay. All right, we got a win on the left. Can we finish with a win on the right? The graph is not going to look good, I'm afraid, because we have been running pretty poorly. Not just in the all-in department, but in the actual cold deck spots too. We've done at least 3 stacks in cold blood where we just are definitely never folding. All right, do we shove? Do we call? I think both have merits. Against this guy, we're going to get it in. We started with the Ghost Post Tour, which made it spookier after the fact. Absolutely beautiful city. It's great, isn't it? It's wonderful. It's really, really nice. The EV should be better than the result. It's definitely, we're definitely running below EV. Yeah. We're definitely running below EV, but we've been cold decked so much, it's going to be hard to have a positive EV. This is gross. Okay, good luck, mate. Good luck, mate. That's going to help a little bit. All right, let's take a look at some results and we'll wrap things for today, gang. All right, so here's a look at the overall graph. Let's take a look at today. So don't forget, guys, we did 2 sessions today. We did a session at around 1 o'clock today, 1 p.m. UK. And then we did a short session just now as well, about an hour and 30 minutes or so. Maybe a bit less, I'm not sure. Let's filter specifically for today. And we will take a look at the overall chip graph and then the actual results. So, Dusty Truth, what's up? Good to see you, man. So ultimately today, guys, this is our chip graph. We managed to get back to approximately 0, which means our chip EV will be close to 0 overall. It is very hard to have a positive chip EV when we run into so many big hands. But again, I hope that doesn't come across like a complaint. I feel exasperated. I feel disheartened because I feel like a lot of the good progress we're making towards improving it, this specifically short format, is being marred by long stretches of pretty inconsequential, pretty bullshit, pretty neither here nor there spots. Lost count of the number of times we've made completely standard or above standard shoves, as in this isn't just close to a break-even shove. This is a very profitable shove, and we're running into monsters. Blah, blah, blah. Again, it's hard to be a commentator and a streamer and not sound like you're bitching. It's sad and it's a bit boring, but it kind of is what it is, and this is what the challenge is going to look like at stages for sure. It still remains to be seen what's possible. There is so much left up to chance when the game is so much push-fold, or at least very short stack play where you kind of can't really get away from everything. But this is a look at chips today. In actual dollars today, we ended up down about $100. We were up $20 earlier on. We're down about 100 right now. Overall chip EV, just almost 0. So again, let's keep an eye on the long term here. Let's remember that we have a lot more games to play. We got a lot more variance to try and conquer. We're currently down $220 overall before bonuses. After bonuses, we're pretty close to break even. But yeah, it's just a roller coaster right now, guys. It's very, very hard. And obviously what we're going to have to do is continue to voyage on. That was a pretty brutal one. That was a really tough one. We actually were running into it a lot. Those are the spots I find the hardest though as well. And just, I don't know, there shouldn't really be any surprise, but we started the game deep stacked and we seem to be very good at getting ahead. We start the game deep stacked and we seem to be very good at navigating ourselves into very profitable winning situations. And then it's one bad beat and then one cold deck. One bad beat, one cold deck. That's where we're at right now. That's why we're coming across quite flat across this plane here. Theoretically, it should go the other way, and I'm sure it will, as it tends to do. And then the game gets very easy, right? So we're going to keep going. We're going to keep grinding. We still have a lot of games to play, guys. Overall stat chip results so far. Sorry, overall stats are here. $7,100 of our 50K challenge. I would hopefully like to imagine that we can get to over 1K before the end of this week. That should be pretty reasonable. So tomorrow, again, guys, I'm not sure what time I'm going to be able to get online because I've got a builder coming in to try and do some work on the flat. But I'm going to try and put in 1 or 2 sessions tomorrow again, and we should be getting close to the 1K mark, which is a good sort of spot to be in. How much did we play today? Only 72 tournaments today. Okay. Yeah. It really felt like during the session, there was just like quite a lot of really like not close spots that were just brutal. Flush over boat. Slamming it into queens, slamming it into jacks. Big hands cracked, blah, blah, blah. I think usually when we get to this stage, I can tell if I feel like I've been making like a lot of big mistakes or if I feel like there were spots that were close that I like made mistakes on, but I don't know. I don't really think there's too much more analysis to be done. There might be a marked hand really quick. Let's check that out. We do have this one. Okay. This isn't even one to look up, to be honest. Really quickly, guys, let me just close stars before we do any review. So just to be clear, guys, for the record, PokerStars is now closed. Anything that we reference now is within TOS because we're not playing while we're actually grinding. The client isn't even open while we're playing, while we're looking at these right now. Let's get back over here. Right, what happened? The button raised to 2. We shoved for 50. This, I don't even know why I'm looking this up. This is how you know we've been running really bad. I'm actually looking up a spot that I know 100% is an all-in. But that's okay. That's part of the process. So we're looking at the Nick Walsh TV chart pack available on my website. We're looking at the 3-way small blind versus the button min raise. We're looking at 15 big blinds effective, king queen offsuit, very clear push. In fact, king jack offsuit is a very clear push. This is how you know you're getting cold deck to shit, when you're actually looking up spots that are just like so transparently a shove. But there you are. All right, that's a wrap for today, guys. All right, so deep breath, tough session for sure. Lucky glasses, not lucky apparently. Ooh, my eyes are really weird now. Tough session. We did put in some volume. That's what we need for this challenge. And I guess we just need to play out of the downswing. Again, guys, I hope that while it's clear that I'm feeling disheartened by, you know, running bad, because it doesn't feel good to run bad at poker. It's very difficult to compensate and to create content surrounding poker where you're supposed to talk, where you don't kind of cry about everything that happens when it's bad, but that was fairly dreary. So deep breath, new day tomorrow, big session hopefully during the day or the evening or both, and hopefully we'll get some action in before Wednesday evening when I go to London, which will be a lot of fun too. So let's count our blessings, let's be grateful, let's be happy that we have the opportunity to play poker, and tomorrow hopefully we'll put up a big sesh. I've said this before, but I do feel like probably what's going to end up happening is it's going to be like this, and then it's going to be like, pew. It's really easy to win fuckloads of chips when you just have the best hand every time, and it's going to be our turn eventually. And the rest is actually looking a lot more solid. If you compare our results at the start of the challenge when we hadn't really been focusing on 15 and 10 effective, the red line is flattened out tons. We're doing a lot more work. We're doing much better in these situations. We're clinging on to chips where we should be losing them a lot. So once the other tide turns, once the showdown tide turns, we'll be doing fine. And we might even get close to our target and win a few chips. I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Signing off for now.